Hello everyone, welcome back to Medicine Nursing. Myself Prikta. As you already know, our infection class is going on. So I am taking this fourth class and going to be the last class of infections. In today's class, we will be learning a very important concept you can see on screen, that is chain of infections. Okay, so have you ever wondered how infections actually spread from one person to another? Well, this process doesn't happen by chance. It follows a series of 6 connected steps. These 6 steps, as you can see on screen, they are connected to each other, okay, just like the links in a chain. So by understanding each link from this infectious agent to the susceptible host, we can easily learn how to prevent the spread of the disease in hospital and communities. So stay with me till the end of this class to know about these 6 links of infections with examples, how to break this chain of infections, and at the end of the sessions we will be solving some MCQs to assess our knowledge. Okay, so let's begin this today's class. So what is this chain of infections? This chain of infections, it is a process by which infection spreads from one person to another person's. Okay, another person's. Now it consists of 6 connected links. 6 connected links. As you can see here, the first component is infectious agent. Second one is reservoir. Third one is portal of exit. Fourth one is mode of transmission. Fifth one is portal of entry. And the sixth and last one is susceptible host. We will discuss one by one. At the same time, we will also discuss how to break this chain. So in today's sessions, we will be discussing regarding chain of infection as well as prevention of infections by breaking this chain. Okay, so stay with me till the end. The first component of this chain of infection is infectious agent. Infectious agent means who is causing the disease. The pathogen means the causative organism. Okay, causative organism. So who all are coming under this causative organism? Can be virus like COVID-19, coronavirus. Okay, can be bacteria like Mycobacterium tuberculosis causing TB, tuberculosis. Okay, can be protozoa, can be any kind of parasites. Okay, can be fungi. So those kind of organisms which causing disease called causative organism, called infectious agent. Now the important part is how to break the chain. How to break the chain? See, these all are coming under the 6 component of chain of infections, right? Now if you break the chain at any certain point, either here or here or here, anywhere in between this link of infections, then these infections can't spread from here to the susceptible host. So how will you break this chain? We will discuss here in today's class. Now this infectious agent means the causative organism, bacteria, virus, fungi, protozoa, parasites, anything. So how will you prevent the disease occurring microorganisms spreading? So by the use of by the help of sterilization and disinfections. Okay, disinfection. So all healthcare workers, they are very familiar with those terms. Sterilizations mean maintaining the sterility. That is any surface, any instrument, any OT dress, whatever it is. Whenever we are doing invasive procedures, we are maintaining the sterility. So what is this meaning of sterility or disinfections? Means free of pathogen or microorganisms. If it is free, that means there is no infection, there won't be any microorganism which will cause the disease. So if no microorganism, there won't be any infections. That's what the meaning is saying. So sterilizations or disinfections, if we are doing on a regular basis, there won't be any infections, there won't be any spread of the disease. Then second thing is proper cleaning of instrument. Instrument means what? Whatever we are using in OT, in hospital setup, in our home, whatever utensils during eating or sleeping, whatever it is, if we are cleaning properly, then there won't be any microorganisms which will cause the disease. Then the third is use of antibiotics or antiviral drugs or antifungal. Okay, antifungal we will use to reduce the fungi infections. Antiviral we will use to decrease these viral infections. Antibiotics, as you already know, we are using for any kind of bacterial infection. So if we use, then it will somehow prevent the disease. Okay, then the main thing, hand hygiene. Hand hygiene before or after patient care. Okay, so by following all this method, we can prevent or we can break the chain of infections. At what point? In infectious agent, we will prevent the spread of this infectious agent from one person to another person. So the first component is infectious agent. Coming to the second part, that is reservoir. Reservoir means what? Means it is a place where the organism lives and multiplies. Okay, so it can be anything. In human body, microorganism can live. In animal body, microorganisms can live. In water, microorganism can live and multiply. In soil also. Any equipments, wherever he will get the space, he will start living at that place and it will start multiplying. So any places microorganism can stay, can multiply. So where the place where the microorganism lives and multiplies is called reservoir. Now how to break the chain? Okay, how to break the chain? So if you maintain personal hygiene, if you keep the environment clean, and dry, okay, proper waste segregations, then regular cleaning of medical equipments. So if we do all this treatment, then microorganism can't stay in place in those particular place, and like this way we can prevent multiplying of those microorganisms. So in this way we can prevent the spread of the disease or infections. Okay, I hope it's clear. Now coming to the third component. Which is the third component? That is portal of exit. Portal of exit means way out. This is a way out or path of the reservoir. From reservoir, how microorganisms come outside. This is a way out. Example can be blood. Through blood, if let's think I am a host, inside my body microorganisms, either bacteria, either virus, either fungi, disease causing organism is multiplying. Now it needs to come outside. So in which way it can come outside? Through my blood. If there is a broken skin, then blood will come outside. In that blood, microorganism is present. So blood or respiratory tract, like if I am sneezing, coughing, through this respiratory tract, nose, it will come outside. Or feces or urine, wounds. So those are coming under portal of exit. Now how to break the chain? How to break this portal of exit? By covering the mouth. If I am having infection, I should cover my mouth or nose. Why? Because if I will sneeze or cough, microorganisms will come outside. I am an infected person. Microorganism will come outside and then it will spread from me to other persons. So to prevent these infections, I need to cover my mouth, nose while coughing or sneezing. Okay. So for that, use mask and gloves. Okay. Safe disposal of body fluids and waste. If in hospital you are taking care of a HIV/AIDS patient, you are taking care of a infected persons, so you need to dispose his or her biomedical waste different place. Segregate it in a particular place. Don't mix it with other patients' biomedical waste. Otherwise, it will spread the disease first. Okay. So for that, segregations of biomedical waste or body fluids, etc., you need to dispose properly. Use mask and gloves. Cover your mouth and nose if you are having common cold, if you are infected, so that you can prevent the disease spread from one person to another persons. Okay. I hope you understand. Now coming to the fourth concept, 4 steps. That is mode of transmission. What is the meaning of this mode of transmission? Mode of transmission means how the pathogen spread. Okay. So the method, this is a method by which infection moves from one host to other. Now what is that meaning? Now if I am going outside, if I am going to school, I need some vehicle to reach to my destinations. Same thing applying here also. If a microorganism already came outside, now it will spread, it will transfer to other persons. So for that it needs some vehicle. That vehicle can be through air or food or water, any kind of fomites or vector, by the help of vectors. Okay, those all are examples of indirect mode of transmissions. Understood? Or else by kissing or touching or sexual contact or droplet, through droplet, all are examples of direct mode of transmissions. So those all are examples of mode of transmission through which, this is a method by which infection moves from one person to another person. Now coming to the discussion of how to break this mode of transmission. How to break the chain. So how will you prevent? By the help of hand hygiene. Okay, if you properly do hand hygiene, then microorganisms which is already in the infected person's hand can't spread to other persons. Okay, this is most important and most useful. Then next thing is using PPE. PPE means what? Personal protective equipment. Okay, personal protective equipment. Which all are coming under this personal protective equipments? Can be gloves, mask, gowns, shoe cover, head cap. Okay, all are coming under this PPE. Then safe handling of food and water so that it won't get contaminated. Then isolation of infected patients. If a patient is infected with any viral infections or bacterial infection, as soon as possible isolate the patients from other general patients so that it will prevent that disease. So what we have discussed regarding the mode of transmission, which all are coming under indirect mode of transmission, that is either air or food, water, fomites, vector. Okay, then direct mode of transmission, example is kissing, touching, sexual contact or droplet infections, all are coming under direct mode of transmissions. Now coming to the fifth component. What is the fifth component? Fifth component is portal of entry. Portal of entry. Portal of entry means what? Portal of entry means it is a way into new host. New host means healthy host. Now microorganisms already came out from infected persons. It already took a vehicle like either food, water, air or droplet or sexual contact or kissing, touching. By the help of this mode, it now need one healthy person to get into his body. That is portal of entry. Now example is, if this healthy person has a broken skin, through this broken skin it can take the way to reach into his body, or else mucous membrane. Now if the healthy persons not using mask in front of infected persons, if the person sneeze, cough, okay, or directly be in touch, close contact, then the fomites or mucus of infected persons get into the healthy person's body, or else respiratory tract, okay, or urinary tract. So those all are the way to get into the healthy person's body. Now we will discuss how to break this portal of entry, how to break the chain. So we can use of an aseptic technique. Okay, whenever we are providing care to a patient, we need to do aseptic techniques to prevent the transmission of infections. Using of gloves and mask is very crucial. Okay, proper wound care. If someone is having wound, we need to take care of this wound by regular dressing, okay, antibacterial ointment, antifungal ointment, anything. Maintain the skin integrity. We need to check whether there is any cutting is there over skin or not, because this is a way microorganism can take the path to get into our body. So maintaining the skin integrity also very important. So we have discussed portal of entry. Now coming to the last step. Last step means the last component is susceptible host. Who is susceptible host? Susceptible host means a person who is more likely to get infected. Now anyone can't be infected if the person is maintaining the proper care, maintaining the hygiene, taking proper nutritions, immunizations, vaccine, maintaining a healthy lifestyle. If microorganism enter his body, that doesn't mean he will get infected. No, the person who is more likely to get infected is the susceptible host. So who can be the susceptible host? Newborns. Why newborns are susceptible host? Due to immature immunity. Okay, and elderly. Why elderly? Because of they are mainly their body defense mechanisms are getting decreases as our age is increases. Okay, or immunocompromised persons, immunocompromised patient, or any unvaccinated persons. Okay, or the persons who is having chronic disease. Okay, chronic alcohol or smoker. Those all are coming under the susceptible host. They can easily get infected as they are immunocompromised. Now how to break the chain of infections? Okay, so by taking good nutritions. If I will take proper nutritions and rest, proper sleep, then I will be healthy. Okay, if I am taking proper immunization time to time, my vaccinations is up to date, then I will be healthy. If I will maintain a healthy lifestyle, I will be healthy at that time. If I am doing regular health checkups, priorly knowing whether I will be suffering with a disease or not. So those are healthy lifestyle. By this way, I can prevent getting infections. So till now, we have discussed this chain of infections and how to prevent this chain of infection. So chain of infection means it is a step-by-step process. It is a link of 6 components through which how a microorganism enter into our body to a susceptible host and how to cause the disease. This is a chain of infections. So in this chain of infections, we have discussed the infectious agent who cause the disease, the reservoir where the microorganism lives and multiplies, the portal of exit means through which how microorganisms came outside from the reservoir, then mode of transmission, all microorganism needs a vehicle to transmit the disease from one person to another person, then portal of entry through which a microorganism can enter to a new host or susceptible host. And who are susceptible hosts? The persons who likely to get infected, can be a newborn, can be an elderly, can be a immunocompromised persons, an unvaccinated persons, a chronic disease persons, chronic alcohol abuse persons, chronic smoker, all are coming under this susceptible host. And we have discussed how to break the chain of infections. Okay, now this is the time we should solve some question, because those questions are likely have a chance to come in examinations. Okay, so let's discuss. The first MCQ is the place where microorganisms live, grow and multiply is called, and your option portal of entry, option B reservoir, option C host, option D carrier. So what will be the answer according to you? Here portal of entry won't be the answer, because portal of entry means through the way, or the way where the microorganism entered to a person's body. Okay, can be respiratory tract, can be urinary tract, can be broken skin. So portal of entry means the way in which microorganism enter into our body. Then the host also won't be the answer. Susceptible host means who is likely to get infected, who is having high chance to get the infections. Then carrier also won't be the answer. Carrier means it can be a person or can be an animal who carries or harbors the infections. Okay, so the answer will be reservoir. Why reservoir? Reservoir means it is a place where the microorganism lives, grow and multiply. Okay, so that can be an animal, can be a person, can be soil, water, food, anything. Okay, that's why the answer will be reservoir. Now coming to the next question is, which is not a mode of transmission of infection? And your options: direct contact, airborne route, indirect contact, and D digestion. So what will be the answer according to you? There is no need any explanations, because it's quite sure the answer will be digestions, because we already studied direct contact, airborne contact, indirect contact, kissing, touching, sexual contact, all will be coming under this mode of transmissions. I hope you understood. Now coming to the next MCQ. The best method to break the chain of infection at the transmission stage. Transmission stage is option A immunization, option B hand washing, option C sterilization, option D proper nutritions. So here the answer will be, if the option hand washing or hand hygiene, okay, or standard precautions, all will be the best answer. Although all options are correct, only the best method they are asking, so answer will be hand washing or hand hygiene or standard precautions. Okay, so those MCQ, from this MCQ you got some idea regarding how to solve this questions answer if question or MCQ come from this topic. So this is our last class of infections, and like this way we have completed whole infection portions. In next sessions we will take some new topics. So thank you dear students, bye bye.